All right, so we're diving headfirst into something I know you're already all over, ChatGPT.
Definitely.
And judging from just the stack of articles and research you sent our way, you were not just here for the basics. You're way past that.
Yeah, you've been digging deep, really deep into this.
We're going deep on this one.
Absolutely.
It seems like everyone in their chatbot is talking about, ChatGPT holding a conversation these days.
Right.
But your research, that's what's fascinating to me. This stuff goes so far beyond that.
Yeah.
Especially when we start looking at its implications for coding and software development, which I know is something you're really interested in.
Exactly. It's about what this means for generative AI. ChatGPT doesn't just use the data it's trained on. It actually creates based on that data. We're talking poems, music, even fully functional code.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. Knowing your interest in software development, this goes way beyond AI writing a catchy jingle.
Right.
We're talking practical applications you could actually use in your work.
Absolutely.
So ChatGPT as your coding co-pilot, I gotta say that sounds a little bit like we're stepping into a sci-fi movie here.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
It does.
But yeah, picture this. You're knee deep in code.
Mm-hmm.
You've hit a wall, and instead of the usual head scratching, you consult your AI partner.
Yeah.
And what's so fascinating is how much your research points to ChatGPT's ability to actually generate code.
Right.
And we're not just talking simple snippets here. We're talking complete blocks of functional code across multiple programming languages.
Wow.
One of the articles even mentioned a developer who used ChatGPT to automate a complex sorting algorithm, a process that would have taken them hours to do manually.
Wow, that's no small feat.
Yeah.
But, as anyone who's ever written even a line of code knows, getting it down is really just half the battle.
Right.
What about debugging?
Yeah.
We've all been there staring at lines of code, praying for a bug to reveal itself.
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Your research highlights how ChatGPT can actually debug and even optimize code. It's almost like having an incredibly powerful linter built, right, that tool that analyzes code for potential errors and style inconsistencies.
Right.
It can catch those tiny errors that make you want to pull your hair out.
Oh, yeah?
And suggest ways to make your code cleaner and more efficient.
Hold on. So it can write code, it can debug it, AD optimize it.
That's right.
This is starting to sound like something out of a programmer's fantasy.
Yeah.
One article I was looking at really dove into how ChatGPT can even help build those next-gen AI-powered apps everyone's buzzing about.
Yeah.
Now that's the real future-forward stuff.
It is. We're talking about building your own chatbot that can actually understand and respond to complex customer questions, or a recommendation system that's so on point, it's almost like it reads minds. ChatGPT can be the backbone of all of this.
Okay.
Providing the AI framework you need to build some truly impressive stuff.
This is definitely next level stuff. But with all this talk about what ChatGPT can do, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about what it all really means. We've covered some seriously impressive capabilities here, but let's bring it back down to earth for a second here.
Yeah.
What does this all actually mean for someone like you, who's clearly already down the rabbit hole with all of this ChatGPT stuff?
It's a great question. The exciting thing about all of this is that it goes way beyond making life easier for programmers. Right? Your research touched on this too.
Right.
Whether you're building a business, working in healthcare, or just trying to learn a new skill.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is something to offer.
Yeah, one of these articles really grabbed my attention, talking about how ChatGPT could be used to create hyper-personalized learning experiences.
Right?
Tailored to the way an individual learns best.
It really is.
That's wild.
Imagine a world where learning a new skill is as easy as having a conversation with an AI tutor that adapts to your learning style in real time.
Right.
And that's just one example. Your research also highlighted some really compelling use cases in fields like healthcare, where ChatGPT is being explored as a tool for analyzing patient data and even assisting with diagnoses.
It's mind-blowing to think how rapidly this technology is evolving. It feels like we're on the cusp of a complete paradigm shift here.
Absolutely. And your articles even hinted at, future iterations of ChatGPT with even more advanced language processing capabilities, able to understand not just what we say,
right,
but the nuances of what we mean.
Now, that's a future I can get behind. It's like we're talking about a whole new era of communication and collaboration.
Precisely. Imagine the possibilities in creative fields collaborating with AI to push artistic boundaries or overcome writer's block.
Man, that's an incredibly exciting thought to leave on. And for you listening, a huge thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of ChatGPT. This is clearly just the tip of the iceberg. but hopefully we've sparked your curiosity to keep exploring all that this technology has to offer.